Oh, here it is. Okay. So we're going to plug this in, and just give me a second, and then Keith can begin to speak. Okay, Keith, take it away.
9 years later, and I'm still doing boners to VBR. Thank you, Pete. I did want to say there's a slight change in this facility. It is, in fact, not going to be the new home of the Cornell Media Guild and WVBR. It is going to be Ithaca's first free shingles clinic. That's why I could not be with you today, and I promise you that not only do I wish I were there, I wish I were anywhere but where I am. So, get the vaccine, and then we'll just drop the topic. I'll keep this quick because who wants to hear a disembodied voice? Oh, no, wait, that's radio. I'm sorry. I wanted to thank a few people in particular for making this day what it is, or what I presume it is, because I can only hear it on the phone. Particularly my sister Jenna, who came in from Rochester to represent the family, which I think is terrific. I walked into VBR 39 years ago in August, and Jen probably saw it 3 minutes later. So she has chops when it comes to the history of this radio station. I wanted to note Peter's work on this particularly. You can't give him enough applause for shepherding this project through financially. So please, and Dan and Drews and Peter mentioned Ruby, who it's just one of the, as I said when we announced this funding. It's just amazing the people that you wind up, or how people wind up after you have worked with them and seen them in their embryonic stage, and I guess that applies to myself too. Congratulations to everybody for pulling so hard on the oars, especially those who lived amid the cows for so long and kept the place alive like some sort of, medieval cult. It was the most trying period in history, and I'm honored to have had anything to do with bringing forth a new home for the station. And thanks for letting me be involved in that, because as I've said several times when it's been my privilege to help out, that if I considered what I've actually given back to WVBR as a percentage of my career earnings, I still owe you quite a lot. So please don't take me up on that.
Too late, we heard you.
Sportscasting does not quite pay as much as political drum banging does. I wanted to mention two things. Peter and I used to play a game about 30 years ago where we'd sit over dinner and try to think of every alum, everybody who worked at VBR at any period of time. It was called Who Could Not Be Here Tonight. And I think the last list we got was about 207 names of people, from the famous to the obscure, and we quit when we got to name number 270, Francisco Chateaubriand.
Really did exist, by the way.
Francisco was a trainee, I think a jock trainee, and we were pushing him through to get him on the air so that we could say, "And now back to Francisco Chateaubriand." To my knowledge, it never happened, but I've often used the name as an alias or hotel. And I can say from this perspective that it's very funny until you are the one who can't be there tonight. Obviously, that's me, but more importantly, it's the two people we honor with the name of this facility who I truly wish could be here tonight or today. Glenn Cornelius was a legend when I got here. He told me that when I got here. We did everything at VBR. We plotted our careers, we plotted our social lives and our dates, and of course we plotted against each other. So we could not, however, have plotted these circumstances. So it is truly an honor to me and my privilege to put his name on these studios. And so it is. It's really long distance to be saying this, but thank you, Glenn. And there's my Dad, who is the Olbermann part of the Olbermann-Corneliess Studios. Thursday was 4 years since he passed away, and to say that he encouraged me throughout my pursuit of my career is, I could go on for about 4 years on this topic, but he financed the education, and he financed the tape recorders, and the first day in August of 1975, when I walked into the studios on Linden Avenue, he drove me over, he reassured my 16-year-old's anxiety, he walked me up those vibrating stairs of ours, and got me to the door and helped me open the door and did not go in, and in retrospect I understood that is perfect parenting. So, thank you, Dad. For joining me in that, thank you. And I want to explain this again. It is not entirely ego that it's Olbermann-Corneliess rather than the other way around. I have rationalized this by saying that it's an editorial decision, and I've mentioned this before, that I think Glenn Cornelius and the Cornelius family and my dad would have agreed with for all the things that are going to happen in these facilities in the next umpteen years. We just wanted to make sure that nobody, whoever walks in these doors, would ever think there was actually somebody named Cornelius. So, remember what I used to tell the incoming trainees when I was in charge of training at the station before I quit and then was re-elected to run the training program again? We are all trainees. It's just that some of us started earlier than others. And I'll be up to inspect the facility as soon as I possibly can. Until then, thank you, everybody, and go get them.